What's up? Am I live? Yes, I am. Let me get this thing going. Yeah, I'll put the black screen up for a second here. Okay. Today we are continuing to work with no headphones, so no ability to do reactions or anything like that. Instead, we're gonna just have to find filler content. Thank you so much, Pazuzu, for the subscription and welcome to the stream. I really do appreciate that. Let me get Twitch up on my chat here. Hello, everyone. Hello. I wanted to start today with an album art tier list that I found. That could be fun. And then wherever we go from there is going to be sort of dependent on how many good ideas you have, because I'm going to be real with you, I don't got any. See, I do, actually. That's the funny thing. I do have good ideas, but they require the use of headphones, which I don't have access to, and I don't have money to get myself access to them at the current moment. So let me explain this. So I have a Wi-Fi Bluetooth card in my PC, okay? And it was the same one I had before. Now, I had to replace parts of my PC. Many of y'all will know that. It was why I was down for like a week of streaming. So that cost me like almost $500. So I'm broke as fuck. These headphones are broken. At first, I thought it like one of the ears doesn't output sound, and I thought it was just a computer thing. Like maybe I didn't have the new drivers installed. So I plugged it into my Switch. And no, they're broken. So I can't use these. So the other headphones that I have are Bluetooth headphones. Problem is, my Bluetooth card isn't fucking working. So I assumed I didn't have the proper drivers. So I opened my PC up yesterday, took my card out, looked at it, got the model number, looked it up online, put it all back together, looked it up online, got the drivers. They didn't fucking work. So then I looked up troubleshooting, and you know how that shit can be if you ever try to troubleshoot a fucking tech issue, is you go through all these different solutions, and even ones that everybody was like, this one worked for me, nothing was working. My PC was saying that I do not have Bluetooth. So I looked at the back of my PC, my Bluetooth card, the LED for Wi-Fi is on, so Wi-Fi is working on that card. The LED for Bluetooth is not. So I have a feeling my card is the Bluetooth capability of my card is actually busted. So, in order to get Bluetooth, to get my Bluetooth headphones working, I would need to get a little Bluetooth USB stick. And they're not too expensive, so hopefully I can have one soonish. But I don't want to be spending money on just about anything at the moment. So, until then, I can't really do reactions. I mean, I could, but it would be awful. You would hear the sound. It would be awful. So I'm not going to do that. But I will say, for the future, so that you know what's coming, is that... this is Peachy T's idea. She gave me this idea, but it's a great idea, and I want to do it. We're going to be doing album reactions on a regular basis, and it'll be a combination of... like random albums that I never heard of that I'll be listening to. I don't know how I'm going to find them. We'll figure something out. Some kind of fun game to find out new albums, and we can all listen to them together and react. And when they go as videos to the channel, I'll just cut out all the actual reacting. So it'll just be like the before and then the after. You ever seen those videos that Fantano does where it's like he reacts to a new song? So he has the intro where he's like talking about his expectations, then he listens, and when he listens, it's just sped up and muted. And then the ending. I wouldn't edit it the same way, but it'd be kind of similar to that. So it wouldn't be like an album reaction video so much as like an initial thoughts kind of video, but for you watching the stream, it'll be like a reaction listening party type deal. And if you remember, if anybody was here for the test stream I did of this, I reacted to albums, and I think it went pretty well. So I would definitely like to do that. But maybe it's one way for me to finally actually start listening to some shit I haven't heard yet. But anyway, for now, it's just really not feasible. It's just really not feasible for now, so I cannot tell you how many more filler streams we're going to have, and I apologize for that. But I mean, I like doing tier lists and everything. It's just, believe me, this show is not supposed to just be the tier list show. Okay, it really isn't. I don't, at the moment, I don't really have a choice. In other news, did y'all see the upload of the Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers review? If you missed that last stream, go check that video out. It's on the channel. I think for a little while there might only be like one video a week. I usually want to have more than that, but I'm working my fucking ass off, so you gotta forgive me. Wednesday is like the only day I have off. But I'm glad that you enjoyed that review. I need to pull up my Twitch chat. And in another on another note, the gaming streams, y'all want to see those again? Because every now and again, I could just like one night just be like, all right, I'm just gonna do a gaming stream, you know, because at least gives me something to do. Of course, those aren't really music breakdown related, but if you want to see them, like, you know, I'll do them. I'd kind of like to get back to doing them some. I just didn't really have any games I wanted to play, you know. Anyway, we're gonna start this off with an album art tier list. I found this big one. I mean, like the selections here are kind of random, and I don't know all these albums, but if I don't know the music, that might actually help me determine the quality of the album art. There's a lot of stuff on here, a lot of which I recognize, a lot of which I don't. So let me pull this up for you. Get the window capture going. Bam, look at that. So this is an album art tier list. I gotta say, I like the selections here because they're varied. So it's not all just like classic albums or whatever. It's not all just modern albums either. I was looking through a couple different album art tier list templates, and a lot of them just didn't have much variety, but this one has a lot of variety and a lot of art, so I like it. Okay, that is uncensored. Hopefully there's nothing else that's like, do you see anything that's like potentially bad for showing on Twitch? Like this is uncensored, so I don't know what to do about that. Can you even really see it? You really can't. I think it's fine. All right. I think everything else is fine with this. So, if I don't know what the album is, I might ask you, but if you don't know either, then I like this. Like, see, the problem with this one here is that I can't even see it. Does anybody know what this album is? Because if you do, I could like pull it up. But like, I can't fucking see. I cannot see what's going on in this album cover. It looks like a metal album cover. Metal album covers are all F tier. I'm sorry, it's just facts. They're all F tier, every single last one. I'm joking, mostly, but I'm half serious. Metal covers can be so boring because so many of them just go for the same fucking art style and the same subject matter over and over again because they want to signal so hard to the metal in-group. Like, metal's so unwelcoming, and it's so intentionally unwelcoming that they don't do anything to spice things up, so all their shit looks the fucking same. I can zoom in. That's true. Will it zoom in the images? Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have to zoom way out after a bit because I don't want that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy thing getting too high. Yeah, this is F tier. I hate shit like this, man. This is fucking stupid. It's like, and it's not even like grotesque in like a interesting way like some of these covers can be. This is just fucking trash. Ride the Lightning has a pretty bad cover. Master of Puppets has a good album cover. Not every metal album cover is bad, but most of them are. Just saying. All right, we'll zoom in and zoom out when we get towards the bottom. This is Xenakiss. I don't know what this is, but I hate it. It looks boring. So I'm putting that in F. I don't like album covers that look like they were drawn on with pencil, like, and they look like they're only designed for a vinyl record cover, and they have no... Nah, I don't care. Isn't this MGMT? Am I wrong? Isn't this an MGMT album? Or am I mistaking this for something else? I think this is MGMT. I mean, like, there's nothing particularly wrong with this cover. I would probably put it in C. Like, there's nothing particularly wrong with it. This is College Dropout, which honestly, I would put this in A or even S. This is a fucking superb album cover. Like, I'm gonna put it in S, man. I love this album cover. It's so like charming, and it gets across so well, like the album sound and the vibe of the album. Like, you know what you're going to get looking at that cover. It's perfect for the music. It's just a perfect, great looking cover, and I love this variant. There's that variant where the background is white, and that one looks kind of terrible. But the one with like this mahogany or whatever you would call this around it is just amazing. I love that cover so much. That's such a good album cover. This one I would put in A. It's almost amazing. But I've noticed that first of all, the font looks like it was added on in like fucking Microsoft Word. It's just a little dull. And even the image, the art quality on the image is a little bit low res, like when you actually blow it up a little sometimes. But it's a very good looking artwork, and it's super iconic, and it reads really nice, and the color scheme is great, and it fits the music too. Like, I love this cover. I think it's fucking lovely. It has that. I love covers with an iconic element. You're gonna see that's really what I gravitate toward. Like, covers that just kind of look nice. They don't necessarily appeal to me. I like that iconography, you know, something you remember when you think about that cover. So this definitely has that. Next up, Untitled Unmastered. I mean, I would give it a D. Like, I'm not gonna put it in F. I know it's just like a green, like a big dull vomit green color, but the cool thing about it is like the fact that it's kind of textured. I appreciate that. It's not just like a solid color, like, you know, like Donda or something. And the little text up in the top, it does a decent job at like giving you an idea of what the mood of the album's gonna be. Now, since I've been saying nothing but praise, it's still really boring. Like, I don't inherently mind a minimalist album cover, but this isn't the best example that I've ever seen. The color is just disgusting. Like, it just, I appreciate that it isn't like super basic and there's something going on here, but I don't find it to be like a good cover at all. And I think that, you know, it's a compilation album, so it's whatever, but it could have been, they could have done more with that. This is Amplifier Worship by Boris, I think, right? I would I'd probably put this in B. I mean, I like the frog. I like the frog. It has like some, you know, a little bit of an iconic element. It's cool. Like, I've seen the other version of this cover, and I do probably prefer it. I mean, neither of them are really mind blowing or anything, but I think that this is, you know, it looks good. It looks good. The color of green they chose isn't too offensive or anything. Vampire Weekend, Modern Vampires of the City. This is a great album cover. I'd probably put this in A. Like, this album cover just really stands out in the Vampire Weekend discography. It makes you think the album's going to be like really classy, which it, you know, it kind of is. I mean, I'm no big Vampire Weekend fan or whatever, though this is a solid album, but this album cover's lovely. Like, a lot of like cityscape kind of covers can look really good, but a lot of them can also look really dull. But I feel like they did a really good job with like the font here sticking out and the fogginess of the city, and it has like a really interesting vibe going on here. I think this is a great cover. Honestly, it looks really, really great. And even like the silly like cursive text up here honestly just looks good. Like, it's just really well placed, and I think it's a good cover. Marilyn Manson, Born Villain. This is an F. This looks fucking hideous. This is just horrendous. This zoomed in picture of his face, it looks fucking god awful. The The white balance on this photo is horrendous. This looks like they applied like 6 different Photoshop filters to this, all of which look fucking terrible. The font is horrendous. This is like so bad. Should I rank them in the tiers? I'm gonna rank them in the tiers. Honestly, I would put this above this, just because this is like, at least it's something. I would put it below this though, because this painting looks like it, you know, it's a fine painting. It just is boring to me. BTS, this album cover, I would put in the D. It's very dull. It just doesn't really have like, you know, the colors are good. It has the same color scheme as like fucking Slow Riot for New Zero Canada. So I'm gonna give it some credit for looking kind of like Slow Riot for New Zero Canada. No, the color scheme's cool, honestly, the black and gold, but yeah, it looks really dull, and like something about it just looks too photoshoppy. It just doesn't really have like, it doesn't look as natural as it could, and all that added elements here just don't really pop. And it's just, the only thing that pops is the BTS name, which I mean, I guess is the only thing that needs to. Next up we have Map of the Soul 7. This is probably a D. I mean, the more I'm looking at it, the worse it's getting. That's a bad album cover. I don't know, like, I don't think I could justify an F for it because, like, it doesn't offend me looking at it personally. I can see why it would offend you, Pazuzu, or something. Like, I can see it has that like very corporate, like generic look and feel, but I think I've definitely seen worse examples of that. I would put it in D, but it is probably my lowest D. Next up we have I Hate God. Okay, this has no nudity, but it's flirting with it a little bit. I would put this in the D tier. I can definitely see there is no nudity there, right? It doesn't look like it. Yo, somebody look this up and make sure for me. Like, look up a bigger picture of it. I Hate God, take as needed for pain. Can somebody look that up and make sure that there's no nudity going on here? Like, this feels like it's skirting the edges. Anyway, I would put this in D. I think it's like really grotesque, and I get that's kind of the idea. I know you can't see it, but you can look it up though and see it otherwise. It's grotesque, and I get that's kind of the idea, but I think like even for that, it just isn't really popping too well. Like for some reason, the color of the text is just not working for me. The placement of the images is not working for me. No nudity? Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I can see what they're going for here. I'd probably put it higher than those two because I can at least see the merit, but I'm not vibing. We have 50 million Elvis fans can't be wrong. Is this an Elvis album? This is a hard ass F. Oh my god, that's awful. What the hell is that? Yo, is this actually an Elvis album? What the fuck is this? I'm putting this in last place, dude. This looks like shit. They just copy and pasted this photo of Elvis all over the place. What the fuck is this? It's a greatest hits? Okay. So many of these like 50s albums covers and like early 60s album covers just I don't like them. I don't like what they did, like putting the track list in the front and using like boring photos and like having like large record label. You know, this was before album art was really seen as an art in and of itself. It's more of like a marketing strategy. It's kind of just showing what the product is. You know, there's a little bit of artistry to it, especially depending on the cover, but these in general are pretty boring, but this is just horrendous. Like that looks god awful. Next we have Marilyn Manson Smells Like Children, which is getting an F tier. I would probably put it here. No, I don't know, man. This is another one of the worst ones here. Like, I fucking hate this. This looks god awful. And again, like, okay, it's supposed to be kind of creepy and gross, but it has like a Willy Wonka thing going on, and like the fonts at the bottom doesn't have to do with anything, and the parental advisory sticker is on it in a fucking horrible place. This is the lowest, honestly. I'd put this even below the Elvis one. I always hated this cover. It looks so fucking bad. It looks so fucking bad. Lana Del Rey Paradise, I'd probably put this in B. I think Lana's covers are good. They have a nice aesthetic. They have a nice vibe. You kind of see what you're getting in for with them. A lot of them, like, she follows the same template for most of her cover arts, and I think that's the only thing that I don't like. But but at the same time, they do look nice. Like, this is a very good looking cover. This is one of her better ones too, because of like the shine of the text, and it just, even the parental advisory sticker kind of adds to it to me. I love the quality of the photo, the hyper realism of it, how it's like a photo that looks like more than real, It's really, really nice. Then we have this little Uzi Vert album. I would put this in the D tier. I would probably put it like probably here. I mean, like, you could say this is cluttered and it looks bad, which is true, although I can understand the clutter is a big part of the point. And to be honest, there are like aspects of this art that I do kind of enjoy. Like, I think it has a certain appearance which just makes it look a little unique. I can see what they were going for with this cover, but I think that this I think the big tape X is just too big. It's blocking too much of the image. I know that's the point, but I think it's just, I'm not a big fan of clutter on album covers, so that's going to be a big thing. But I do think this is done decently well as far as that goes. Still, I think this is a bad album art, and it always turned me off from ever listening to this. We have Come Down Machine. This would be an F. I think this is just, I get it, like, it looks like a promo album. It looks like a demo. It looks like I don't care. This is fucking stupid. This is lazy. I'd probably put it here. It's just lazy. It doesn't make you want to listen to this. I can understand the like thought process behind it, but I think that it just does a bad job. It looks lazy. It looks like they didn't try, and it looks like an album that you don't have to listen to. I think that it's just it reflects the effort put into it pretty well. That may be true. Next up, we have Passion Pit Manners. I like the painting okay, though it looks kind of standard, like epic painting you'd put on your wall in college. But the top of this art is just fucking ruining it. Like, that makes it look so bad to me. That makes it look so like stock. And I would probably put this here. Like the actual artwork is fine. I mean, like, it's well made, but it's stock at the same time. And this top layer, I can't do it with that. That makes it look so bad. This is Rainbow Niagara Falls, right? I would probably put this in the C tier. It's it looks good. I'd probably put it here. It looks good. It's somewhat memorable, but I don't think it really lacks an iconic aspect to it. It looks a little bit boring to me. It looks a little bit too professional in a way, almost. Like, I like professional looking covers, but something about like the thing they chose to photograph here just really doesn't do anything for me. But I don't think that it's bad. I think it's like it's a fine album cover, maybe even a good one. It's just nothing really special about it. We have X by Ed Sheeran, which I would put this in probably the D. I'd probably put it like here. No, probably here. Like, it looks too corporate. It just looks too corporate. It looks too corporate. I appreciate the iconography. Like, I'm always gonna like that. I like the huge X. That's memorable. You can remember this cover. I'm trying to take these apart from the music. So a lot of y'all are going to be biased and want to put things in F because you don't like the artist. We're not doing it that way. Okay. Just the album art. Okay. And how well does it suit the music is it useful as well. But for a lot of these, I won't necessarily know. Anyway, I don't think it's a horrible cover, but it is pretty bad. Like, I don't like how this green looks like it has some lazy gradient on it. It would honestly probably be better if the green was literally just solid green and had no texture or anything. Next up, we have Plans by Death Cab for Cutie. I would put this in the D tier. I think that the photo is just too hard to... I'll probably put it here. I think this is bad. Like, I think the text looks bad. The photo is just too hard to... It's totally unrecognizable. You don't know what it is. It has no iconic element to it. The colors are muted and dull. It doesn't draw you in any way. At the same time, it's not like offensive to my eyes. It's fine, but it just looks boring. It looks like an album that I don't want to listen to. We have Passion Pit, whatever the hell this album is. You know, album covers like this have a certain vibe to them. I think I'd probably put this in C. I think the colors look nice. I think the, you know, overall, like, it has a vibe to it. It has like a kind of summer vibe. Like, oh, this is like a summer Spotify playlist kind of thing, you know? I can vibe with that. I'd probably put it here. I think it's generic is the big thing. It just doesn't really stand out in any way. But it has good colors. I mean, I like pink, you know, pink's a good color. Vampire Weekend Contra, I would probably put in B. I honestly do kind of like it. I like the ambiguity of the photo. I think Vampire Weekend does a really good job with like the text on their album covers. They just really make that a part of their brand in a way that I do appreciate, and I think it looks good. Generally, yeah, I think this cover art is solid. I'm not like amazed by it. I don't like it as much as Modern Vampires. I think that one just has a better appearance overall. But it looks good, and I like the Polaroid kind of look. It's a good cover. I put Lana up here, I think. I'd put this down here, probably. Marina and the Diamonds, Electra Heart. This I would probably put in the C tier. It's a face with text, but not really a particularly gratifying photo. It looks good, you know. It looks good. It looks fine. The text font suits it well. Nothing wrong with the cover. Just not really interesting in any way. Passion Pit. Okay, this is just some stupid ass, dull ass indie cover with nothing going for it. I would put this firmly in the D, probably here. It's just so boring. It's just so boring. Like, the text looks good, you know, it looks fine. Like, if you saw this on somebody's DeviantArt or Fiverr page, you would think, yeah, this is a good artist. They can, you know, they're fine. But for an album cover, like, it's just so boring. It just, do you look at this and go like, I want to listen to that? Like, no, you know. And I think that's a big test for me also with album covers. Like, if I look at the album cover and I'm like, I want to go listen to this album, then I feel like it's succeeded. I'm actually going to move this down to C now that I'm looking at it. Okay. All right. We're very much skewed towards the lower tiers right now. Now we have this Vampire Weekend cover. Yeah, I would put this in B. I don't like it as much as the Contra cover, I think, but it does it accomplishes a very similar effect. Again, I think that their text fonts are just fantastic. I think they do such a great job with that. That looks so good. And the way that it comes out of the picture, it looks fantastic. You know, a little bit more on the boring side compared to these two, in my opinion, just like in terms of the pure visual appeal, but it's appropriate, and I like the chandelier. It kind of gives off that classy indie vibe, like a chandelier in an otherwise like suburban home. That really communicates the sound of Vampire Weekend pretty well. I think it's a good cover. This MGMT cover I would put in the B as well. I would probably put it here. I actually really like this cover. I think the colors are great. I think the way the text comes in the middle is really interesting. This little dot is probably the moon. But whatever that is, looks great. I like how they're kind of on a beach. Their costuming is odd in a really interesting way. I like this cover. I think it's good. I'm not like, you know, a huge fan of it, but I think it's a good cover. Metallica Black Album I would put in the probably in the F tier, to be completely honest with you. I'll put it in the highest spot just because it's not as offensive as some of the other ones, but this cover is just trash. Like, the Metallica logo being almost impossible to see, but like still being there, like that just looks bad. The "Don't Tread on Me" snake, that's what does it for me, man. Like, the "Don't Tread on Me" snake, that ruins this shit. If that was gone and it was just a black cover with a hard to see Metallica logo, this would be a C or a D. But the fucking "Don't Tread on Me" thing, that just, I hate that. That is so goddamn bad. And that is getting an F. We have this X cover. This is, so Xenakis, this is Xenakis as well. I don't know who this artist is, but this is fucking horrendous. This looks so bad. This looks like fucking early 2000s PC DOS, like just slightly post-DOS PC game graphics. This looks like shit. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I kind of like this cover more, honestly, because it doesn't look as offensive to me. This looks like fucking ass. This looks terrible. The gradient on the X looks bad. This looks god awful to me. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm not liking it. I'll put it right there. That looks like shit, though. Okay, now we have Mazzy Star. So Tonight That I Might See. I would put this in the D tier. I just think that, you know, there's nothing special about it. It doesn't really have any... I'd probably put it here, to be honest. A little bit better than Plans, just because I'm kind of vibing with the color scheme a little bit more. But it looks like this was put together in 5 minutes, you know? This looks like this had no care put into it. It looks like they chose an artwork and then just added font on unnecessarily. Honestly, the cover would look better without the text. And yeah, the font is just too classy. It just doesn't work. This is Chromatico. Is that the name of this album cover? I honestly really liked this cover. Like, I thought this was a really good cover. I'd probably put it in B. Like, I wouldn't put it any higher than that. Probably lower than all these, but this is kind of sick. It has like this H.R. Geiger thing going. It is Lady Gaga, yeah. It has this like H.R. Geiger thing going on, like this 90s sci-fi look that I actually really vibe with. It's pretty interesting. Only problem is it's a little gross to look at. It doesn't really pop out, and the color scheme is a little bit icky. And maybe that's the point, but it isn't necessarily the most pleasant cover. But I will say it is a cool cover. I feel like this is pretty well done. Then we have this Death Cab for Cutie Narrow Stairs, is it? Or Narrow Stars? What's this album called? I would probably put this in C tier. Probably put it here. I kind of, I vibe with the tile-like colors. It looks like a color picker, or like at Home Depot where you see like the paint selection. It kind of reminds me of that. It looks good. Like I vibe with it. I think this is a good cover, but at the same time, it's boring. Like that's the biggest thing, right? Like the art is good, but the cover is just boring. It doesn't really like make you want to listen to the album. It doesn't really stand for anything. It looks like a generic indie album cover. It's just well done. But I think C, about right here, is where I would place it. MGMT Little Dark Age, I would put in the B tier. I like the colors. I like the painting is interesting and weird. The text actually looks pretty solid, but I've always felt like this looks a little lazy to me. Like the art doesn't look lazy. The art's fine. It's just not necessarily that iconic. But the framing of everything looks a little bit wonky to me. Like it's a good cover. It's a good cover. The color pops, the art pops, the text pop, everything pops, really. It stands out, but I don't love it. Here's the not but version of the Is This It album cover. I would put this in the C tier, probably about here. I like the picture, I like the color scheme, but it's just, compared to the other cover, this ain't shit. And also, it just doesn't, it's a little boring. It's a little boring. Not very iconic. It's a little boring. Yeah, the butt cover is way better. This is some random snake. I don't really know what's going on here, but the framing is bad. Colors are bad. I'd probably put this in D. I'd put it like right here, maybe right here. I'm gonna move this up one spot. I'm gonna move this up 2 spots. This snake, like this picture just isn't, it's cut off too much. I'm guessing that's the point, but it just isn't. It also doesn't read very well. Not a very good cover right there. Then we have Midnight Marauders, which I would put in the C tier. There are things I like about this cover and things I don't like about this cover. So what I like is obviously the person with the paint, the green and red paint, the black, green, and red paint. Like that's the Tribe Called Quest look, and that shit is so sick. It's sick no matter where it is, on any of the first 3 album covers anyway. That just looks sick. The pictures of everybody's face looks terrible. So I'm mixed on it. I mean, like from a distance it's a good cover, but when I start looking at it more, it looks like trash. So I'm gonna put it right in the middle, to be honest, because it just depends on how I'm looking at it. Young Lean, I want to give this an F just because I hate this person's music. Some people in chat aren't gonna like me saying that, so whatever. But so I almost just want to go F or D for this. But it's not bad. I mean, like probably a C. I'd probably put it lowest C. But the marble tile with the yellow text, it's something. It looks fine. It's not bad. I mean, of any like Young Lean cover, it maybe looks better than other ones I've seen. it makes me think that the music is going to be better than it is, but I think the cover's okay, honestly. I think the cover's okay. Is this Sun? I've never seen this album cover. It looks terrible, though. I hate it. Oh my god, I hate it. Yeah, I'd probably put this here. No, it's worse than that. Yeah, I'd probably put it there. No, I'd probably put it here. Yeah. Okay, Ice Dancer, bottom. Don't care. Don't care. I cannot believe anybody ever has tried to fucking gaslight me into thinking that this is a good cover. I cannot believe people like this cover. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry at the same time. That shit is horrendous. That shit is so fucking bad. I get it, okay? Like, oh, it's purposefully like that. Oh, he purposefully shoved a bunch of absolutely abhorrent images into one image to make the most painful to look at picture you've ever seen. I get it. I can't stand that shit. And it doesn't help that I hate Blade's music, but that is the fucking worst album cover I've ever seen. We're not gonna find a worse album cover. I'm not joking. I'm sorry. Whatever. This is the worst album cover I've ever seen. I've never had this top for me. This fucking Ice Dancer cover. And the worst part about it is, it's not just like the immediate appearance of it, but when I actually zoom in on it and look at the elements in it, it looks even worse. Ever Since is a good cover. I agree with that. This shit's so bad. I can't do it with that. I'm sorry. This is like probably a, you know, this is fun. I'd probably put this in like a C or a D. I'll probably put it in a D, and I'll put it in like the highest spot. I can appreciate like the aesthetic it's conjuring, but it's also just really boring, and it doesn't have anything iconic or interesting about it. Yeezus I would put in... I'd put Yeezus in the A tier. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a great ass cover. It's a great ass cover. It really demonstrates what Kanye was going for with the album. It really, I'd probably put it here actually. It really says a lot about what Kanye was doing, you know, when you see this as like the follow-up to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Like, this says, I'm taking everything out. We're stripping everything out. Not to mention the fact that it makes it kind of look like a pirated copy. It just has like this, you know, I shouldn't be listening to this kind of aesthetic. Like, I think that Kanye, this is amazing. I wouldn't put it in S. And I also think that, you know, the thing with this album art is that it's like, it works better on an actual CD where you actually get the blank jewel case with the red tape. And unfortunately, I messed up my CD copy of Yeezus because I thought I had to take the red tape off because I thought it was because it like sticks the cover together. I didn't realize, I guess it's too stupid to just try to pull it to rip it at the seam. So I tried pulling it off in the front and I've ruined it. It's still, the tape's still there, but it's like ripped up. Yeah, so I ruined my copy of Yeezus, but this album cover is great. This Sun cover, this is Monoliths and Dimensions, if I'm not mistaken. I would put this in C, probably about here. I actually do enjoy this. I think it has a good aesthetic to it. It's not really that interesting. I'm gonna move Midnight Marauders down, actually. It's not really that interesting, but the aesthetic is good, so I'll say that about it. You feel like this cover sent Kanye off a cliff of not trying with his art? I completely agree with that, Pova, but I think this has only been tarnished in that way in retrospect. I think that there's a statement he was making with this, and I feel like he lost that, and now he just doesn't try at all. And every cover after this is like pretty much an F tier, to be honest. Actually, the Yay cover I like, but all the other ones. Anyway. Another Sun album cover. I think this is cool enough. I'd probably put it like here. Maybe here, actually. You know, that's cool enough. This looks fucking ugly. Jesus Christ. you know, normally I like photos with an iconic element, like album covers like that, but this is just unappealing. This is really unappealing. I can't put it in F because it's very well made. Like the photo quality's good. I don't see any obvious fake elements. I'll put it in D though, because this is like really hideous and I'm not liking looking at it. I'd probably put it here. The Good Kid, Mad City van cover. I am partial to the original cover of this album way more than the van cover. I would put the van cover in probably in C, to be honest. I don't know about y'all, like how y'all feel about this cover, but for me, this one just never really, I don't know, it just looks more boring. It just doesn't have like that, like the original cover is like creepy, like, and it's like interesting, like the aged aspect of the photo with all the eyes blacked out, but except for Kendrick's, it has like this kind of creepiness to it, but also like a really homeliness to it, you know, like, oh, it's like a family photo and it has that nostalgia, but at the same time that quality about it that just makes it feel off. And I think that original cover is amazing because it just captures like a certain vibe of some of the tracks on the album, which to be fair, this cover does too, but it's just kind of boring. I don't know, like I understand the point, like that, you know, in the story Kendrick talks a lot about being in the van and all that, but I don't know. It's just kind of boring looking. The picture looks fine. The text looks horrendous. I'd probably put this in a low D, probably like right there. That text looks fucking horrendous. The Dream chapter. Okay. You know, I like the minimalism of it. I at the same time, it looks lazy though. It's the kind of minimalism that just looks lazy. Like minimalism is a hard line to walk because if you can't make like an interesting looking image, it just makes it look like you didn't try, you know. And this kind of looks like they didn't try. But I'd probably put it here. The colors are nice, you know, but it. Oh God, is this BTS? I think this is a BTS cover. This looks like fucking shit. This looks like shit. I'd probably put it here. Colors are nice, but the gradient looks bad. Everything about this looks bad. The colors are nice. That's the only thing I'll say. I'll probably put it higher. Probably up here, because this is grossing me out. I'm moving that down. Yeah. Okay, equals. I'm not gonna lie, I'd put this in C. This is not a bad cover. I appreciate like the Jackson Pollock-y look of the background and the butterflies. Actually kind of cool. It's actually kind of cool. I might even move it up to here. It's a little bit unappealing. Like, it's a little gross. And for an Ed Sheeran album, that feels, like, inapplicable. But I like that the colors pop. I like, you know, not a bad cover. Not a bad cover. Oh, this Rolling Stones cover. This is a fucking F. So is this a toilet or a stall or something? That's what I always thought. But whatever it is. God, this looks fucking gross and just bad. Probably move it here. Shit looks bad. Okay, then we have Ariana Grande Sweetener. This would get a B for me. Probably here. This is a really good cover. I like that it's flipped upside down. It kind of suggests like Ariana's flipping her image on its head, you know? And knowing some of the slight risks she was taking with her music around this time. It's not necessarily risks, just taking her music more seriously and more artfully around this time. And I can definitely see that in this cover. I think it has a good appearance. The photo's good. The ambiguous nature of her facial expression is good. I like to see that in pictures with faces. So I think it's good. I think it's a good cover. Avenged Sevenfold, City of Evil. This is an F. I'll put it here. No, it goes over this at least, but wow. I mean, honestly, the painting is good at a distance. Like if we take the text out, the painting's good at a distance, but the closer you look at it, the worse it gets. Like the worse it gets. And the text looks so fucking bad. The text looks so bad. So I would put this here. Beatles for Sale, I would put in... I might put this in A tier. This is a great looking album cover. I think it looks great. I think the photo is great. It's stark. It makes it look like the Beatles are in a different place in their lives than they were in the previous covers. It has great colors. It has great composition. This is a really good cover. Like, does it stack up to the best Beatles covers? Definitely not. But those are all like S tiers, you know. This is a great cover to me. I think this looks great. And this really like stands out in a way. And it just, yeah, it's a good cover. When we all fall asleep, where do we go? For me, this is a C. Like, I like what she was doing with this, and I think it has that iconic element. It also just doesn't really look too great the more you look at it. But it just feels like it could be better. That's the thing. Like, I like the cover okay. I think it could be better. Okay. Black Flag My War, F tier. Right there. This looks fucking horrendous. This looks so bad. This looks so bad. This looks like fucking clip art. I can't. It's so bad. Okay. I don't even know what this is. The Fool. I'll put it in D. I mean, it looks kind of bad. I can't really see it too well, so that's not helping, but I guess I'll put it in D. Okay, Enema of the State. This is a really good album cover. God, I mean A tier. Yeah, A tier. Fuck it. Fuck it. That's a great album cover. You know, that shit is iconic. You know, that's an iconic picture. It has a sense of humor about it. Like, it has a juvenility, which well captures Blink-182's sound. That's a great cover. That's a great cover art. It's a great cover art. I put it in the A tier. Then we have Body Count. Okay. Now we're getting to the bad hip-hop covers, and those are the greatest album covers of all time. Like, I'm putting this in F, but what I really mean is S+. Okay, because this shit's unbeatable. Flood, I would put in the B tier. It has a really good look to it. Not necessarily any iconic elements, but just a great appearance overall and a good painting. I'd probably put it here. Pink. I kind of love this cover. This is kind of great. You know, it's simple. It's simple, but it just looks great. Like the look of the stencil painting, that looks fucking great. And the pink is great. I'm gonna put it in A. I don't give a fuck. Like, this is a simple ass cover, but it just works. It looks really nice. Like, it really stands out. And when it's played alongside the music, it actually kind of works really well. What's up, A Night Sky? Welcome to the stream. And you don't need, you don't need to subscribe or anything. But I appreciate that you want to. But yeah, you hate pink. That's an L on your part. No, this is a great cover. This looks great. Okay, Lady Gaga. Which cover is this? Because I thought the Born This Way cover was her face on a motorcycle. Wasn't it? Was this like a different variant of the cover? I mean, whatever the case, this looks god-awful. I would put this in F. Probably about here. But I thought there was a different cover. Lana Del Rey, Born to Die. This cover art is fantastic. This is my favorite Lana cover, honestly. I would probably put this up here. This looks fantastic. The colors are incredible in this cover. I kind of want to put this in S tier. I'm going to put this in S tier. I'm not going to lie. The colors are amazing in this cover. The colors look so good. The photo looks so good. The text looks fucking great. Everything about this looks great. This is a great ass cover. This is a great ass cover. I don't care what y'all say. I don't give a fuck. Hate all you want. This shit looks amazing. I'm no Lana fan or anything, but this cover is fucking amazing. This looks so goddamn good. Yeah, everybody's just shit because you don't like Lana Del Rey. I don't like any Lana Del Rey music either, but whatever. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. If this was an artist you liked, you'd be like, this is an S tier cover. This looks amazing. This photo is amazing. This composition is amazing. The text looks great. The way her head kind of cuts off part of the text looks fucking great. I don't care what y'all say. You're just hating because it's Lana Del Rey and you don't want to look basic. Don't care. Don't care. You can't prove me wrong. Born in the USA gets a D tier. No, it gets an F tier. I don't look, okay. I like this album. I get that Bruce Springsteen, like, you know, this isn't like a pro-America album. This is meant to be ironic. And I totally understand that. Believe me, I get it. I'm a fan of Bruce. I get it. However, the irony of this cover just does not translate. It just looks patriotic. It makes me think of America, and it upsets me. So I'm gonna put it really low. Iconic, yes, but of all Bruce Springsteen covers, this is one of the worst ones. It looks terrible. I can't get behind it. It makes me feel like I'm at a fucking baseball game. I hate it. Butter. This looks like shit. I'll put it in D to be nice, but that looks like shit. Cardi B Invasion of Privacy. I would put this in the D tier, but I put it pretty high. I think the photo is like interesting, kind of like unappealing, but interesting. However, it just doesn't, there's just something about this image that just doesn't look composed well. I like that it stands out, but it stands out in a bit of a bad way at the same time. I don't know. I appreciate the iconography she was going for, but I think that the image just looks bad. I'm not gonna put it in like an F. I don't know what this is. It looks like a blob person in like a white room. I'd probably put this in a low C. You know, it's fine. I've just seen too many covers that do a similar thing to this. Probably like here. Chelsea Wolfe. Okay. Yeah, I've seen too many covers that do a similar thing to this. I mean, like, I can appreciate the quality of the photograph, but it doesn't really... I'd probably put it up here. I wouldn't want to put it below all that, but... Yeah. Heaven or Las Vegas. This is an A tier. Probably here. Here? Here? I could see this being S. Some people in chat are going to say S for this, aren't you? I would bet. I think a lot of people would probably say that for this, which I can understand too. It does a great job suiting the music. It looks fucking great. The text looks good on it too. I like when the text is bigger. This is like the vinyl version, I think. But whatever the case, that's a great album cover. Great colors, and it just fits the aesthetic of the music so well. I think it's great. It doesn't have any iconic elements, which is why I personally don't like love it, but I think it does an amazing job at capturing the music, and it honestly looks really nice, so I'd put it in A. This looks almost good. I like what they're going for on this cover. I have no idea what album this is. I like what they're going for. I would put it in the highest C, to be honest. I like what they're going for. The lines, like breaking up the image of the creepy child, like I appreciate it. You know, I think it looks okay. Not really a standout, and the hand-drawn nature of the white lines just aren't really looking good. Cyndi Lauper. Let me think. You know, it's a fine 80s cover, but it's an 80s cover, so it's gonna not really get high marks for me. But honestly, you know, it's pretty good. It has good colors, a good energy to it. I would probably put it like here. Yeah. No, probably here. It's, you know, it's fine. I guess it just looks like an 80s cover, and that just doesn't appeal to me, because I know if I listen to this, it's going to sound like 80s music, and I'm going to hate it. So so that's why I put it in C. This cover is a Merzbow cover, I think, and this is fantastic. This is fantastic. I would put this probably in either a really high B or an A. I'm gonna put it in A just because like this isn't like I don't. Yeah, I'll put it in like a really high B. I'll put it under the Lana cover. I think fantastic might have been strong words because the more I'm looking at it, the weaker it looks. But I like the colors. I think it looks funky and weird in a funny way. I kind of enjoy it. Okay, Transylvanian Hunger, black metal, automatic F tier. No, I'm just kidding. This cover's like, you know... The font just ruins it for me. I appreciate the aesthetic, similar to I Hate God. I don't like this artwork. I like the Blaze in the Northwestern Sky. Is that what it's called? That cover, I would put much higher. If that's on here, that's going to go high, actually. I really like that cover as far as metal covers go. So I think the original Amplifier Worship cover would be higher. Yeah, I think it would. Yeah, I think it would. Time Out. Of all fucking 50s looking covers, this shit looks great. I would put this in the B tier, probably like right here. I'm gonna move this down again. The more I look at this, the less I like this, but I still really like it. Honestly, I think this looks great. I think this looks great. So then we have Aladdin Sane. Not my favorite Bowie cover. It's okay, but honestly, here's the thing. Like the you know, it's iconic. The lightning bolt across his face. That makeup is fucking awesome. There's a lot of great things about this cover, but for like, I implore anybody who has this on vinyl or any physical art to really look more at this art and all the various aspects of it. And honestly, the more you look at this, the worse it gets. I can't put, I have to put it in B at least. I'd probably put it like here just for the iconic aspect of it alone. I would put it here. But again, the more I look at this, the worse this cover gets for me. But I think that, you know, it's a powerful image that says a lot about where Bowie was, and I like that. Heroes, on the other hand, is an A tier. I would probably put it here, right next to the S. This is a fantastic cover art. I can think of at least one Bowie cover which I prefer, and I don't think I would put this all the way up in S, but I could see why somebody would. I think it's awesome. The weird pose that he's doing is just wonky, and it makes you interested in the music, and it does a great job of conveying that. It being black and white is probably the only thing that holds it back, because there are very few black and white album covers that I could ever give an S tier. Not that I don't fuck with the black and white style, I just prefer color. Generally, not always, but generally. That being said, easy A tier. Divide. You know, listen, again, this is gonna be one of those situations where everybody hates Ed Sheeran, and, you know, obviously, right, he fucking sucks, but so they're gonna say this cover's bad. This is not a bad cover, you know. In all honesty, this is kind of a good cover. I'm not gonna lie. The paint work of the divide symbol being kind of like painterly looks really nice. The splattered blues behind it, honestly, good cover. Good cover art. You know, Ed Sheeran, shout out. But honestly, it's a good cover. I don't think it looks too corporate, considering it's an Ed Sheeran artwork. I really don't. No, I really don't. I think that it actually kind of looks a little artistic. Now, it's ironic because it's an Ed Sheeran cover, but no, you know, it's a good cover. Dr. Dre, The Chronic. Look, this is a good album. This aesthetic is good. And like, I have nothing against The Chronic or anything, but this just looks cheap, and this has not aged well. Dr. Dre's face on here it just looks funky. He doesn't really have any kind of like expression that's either like ambiguous enough to be interesting or like hard enough to fit the music. It's just not very good. I'd probably put this in D. Like, this is a great album, but this cover, it just hasn't aged well. I'll put it should go above Invasion of Privacy at least. I'll probably put it here. Then we have Certified Lover Boy, which is an F tier. I would probably put, yeah, I put it, I do appreciate the iconography of it, but the iconography he chose is just god awful. I'm gonna move it considerably up though. Probably here. Probably here. But that is an F. That is an F tier. Do not get me wrong. That shit is terrible. That is terrible. When I first saw this cover, I almost couldn't believe it. Nothing was the same. I prefer the one with him as a child. Isn't the main one have like a child on it? Might not be him, but it has like a child on it. I prefer that one. But even with that said, this is still a generally just a very strong cover. I'd probably put this in B. Probably here, right below. Yeah, probably like right here. Very good cover. Next up, Duran Duran. This Rio. This looks terrible. This looks like something you would find in like I don't know, like a fucking thrift store. It just looks bad. It just looks fucking bad. This goes in D. I'd probably put it about. God, this looks like shit. This looks like shit. This looks like shit. I put it here. Okay, then we have Ed Sheeran Plus. Now this is a bad Ed Sheeran cover, okay? I would put this probably like here. His face that's just funny, man. Like looks like he's trying to look threatening or something. Okay, this I can like barely see. Don't Shoot Me, Elton John. What? I honestly can't make this out. It doesn't look bad or anything. I'd probably put it like here. This is Lil Uzi Vert, right? This cartoon looks not very good. You know, it's fine. The art's cute, but it doesn't really work for an album cover. I think is my main thing. I'd probably put it like pretty low actually. Probably like here. Evanescence Fallen. This is so bad. Like there's so like the sack, like the white balance is terrible. The blue looks like a weird filter. It looks like every bad 2000s cliche all in one. I would put it in F. Pretty high in F. Probably there. Okay, Blade Exeter. One of the better Blade covers for sure. I would put it in D, though. I think the painting looks kind of wonky. Maybe that's the point, but I don't vibe with it too much. But, you know, not bad. Or not terrible, anyway. Pimp Butterfly's S tier. Probably put it right there. Pimp Butterfly is S tier. That cover art says so much. The photo is incredible. I feel like this might be a really weird comparison, and I don't know if y'all are going to vibe with this, but I feel like this is the modern, the 2010s version of the Sgt. Pepper's album cover. Does anybody see what I'm trying to say? Or is everyone going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know. But I feel like this is the modern version of the Sgt. Pepper's album cover. You have the fake background, like this time it's the White House. You have the elements off to the side, the tons of people on the cover. Like there's so many things to look at and notice. Like I don't know. I always felt like it feels a little bit like Sgt. Pepper's. But no, this is an incredible cover art, and it really speaks. It says so much like about all the themes of the album are represented in some way on this album cover, and I think it's fucking genius. I still am gonna put College Dropout above it because I just love this cover. But this goes right there. Okay. What the hell is this? This looks fucking bad. I would put this probably here. Yeah. All right. Then we have I'm forgetting the artist name. FKA Twigs. This is FKA Twigs, right? I disagree that Pimp Butterfly's cover isn't as iconic as Pepper's. This is super iconic to me. This is like imagery that just pops in my head. Like, I just see it. I just see it. I don't even have to be looking at it. Is it as iconic as Pepper's? Probably not, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's the same. I'm just saying it's this generation's version. Whatever. You didn't gotta agree. FKA Twigs, right? Am I wrong about that? Anyway, I really like this cover. A little bit grotesque with the way that they kind of like exaggerated certain features in a bit of an odd way, but I kind of like that. Great colors, great photograph. If it might be a 3D render, but it looks like a photo. This looks great. I think that I'm not. I would probably put it here. Probably here, actually. Right there. I put it under Divide by Ed Sheeran. Sorry. Fleetwood Mac Rumors. This gets an A tier, a firm A tier. I love the balls. The balls are funny. And the fact that like everybody has seen this cover and most people don't know there's balls right there is really funny. But the balls are also what takes it away from being an S. Because I think that if this didn't have the balls, I might consider S tier for this, but it has the balls, which drops it a little bit. But I still think this cover is just beautiful. Like the composition of it is great, the photo's great, the colors are amazing. I'd actually put this over Euros. I love this cover, and for a black and white photo, I love that they chose a tan background for it. Looks great, suits the music really well. Great font too. Really great album cover. Frank Sinatra album cover. This is one of those bad 50s album covers. I'd probably put it in D. I would say like probably pretty low. This looks like shit kind of. I'd probably put it there. Maggot Brain. What a great ass cover art. I'm not going to give it S, but it's going to be damn near close. This is going to be my highest A. This cover art is fantastic. Like this shit. Look at that. Look at the iconic, like the screaming face. That is iconic. You can imagine it right in your head. You don't even got to be looking at the cover. It's so easy to picture. It looks fantastic. The color is just so consistent in such a beautiful way, and the text, like, you know, the text is the only thing that looks a little bit cheesy about it to me, but still, I think this is a fantastic cover art. It looks so good. Ghetto Boys, We Can't Be Stopped. Funny, I'll give it that. But it does look bad. I'll put it in D. I'm going to put it over The Chronic because it's funny. Gojira. This is fucking garbage. This is fucking garbage. This looks like fucking fake deep Photoshop. This is trash. I'm not going to put it in F because it's competent, but I'm going to put it low in the D. How about right here? How about right here? I do not like that. Graduation. Fantastic cover art right here. Fantastic cover art. I would put this in the A tier right there, I think, for me. Yeah. I love the colors. I love the art. I love the iconography. Another really memorable cover, and it feels like it has so much character. It feels like it could be a cartoon show, you know? Looks really, really good. It's not my favorite Kanye album cover. That is College Dropout, but I love it. I think it's great. It looks a great looking cover. The Beatles Help, I'll put in the B tier. Really good Beatles album cover. Not one of my favorites. I'd probably put it here. I'd probably put it here about. No, I'm going to put it beneath Ed Sheeran. Good cover, though. I like the cover. It's good, but, you know, not one of the best. Then we have The Miracles. Interesting. I don't like this. This looks pretty bad. This photo looks pretty bad. And it's kind of cheesy. Probably put this in the D tier somewhere. Above Ed Sheeran. Probably there. Yeah. Rock On Humble Pie. What the fuck am I looking at? What am I looking at here? This looks stupid. Okay, I'm gonna put it in D. A little bit high though. Maybe there. This should move up to C, and I'm gonna move this down to D. I think that, yeah, that's probably better. Okay, if you're reading this, it's too late. I like this album cover. I'd probably put it in the B. It, you know, it makes it look like the album's going to be really depressing, and I don't think that it is, right? So it's kind of, I don't really know what he was going for with this, but I like it. I mean, it looks kind of like a suicide note, which is kind of disturbing in a way that, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I kind of like this cover. It's interesting. I don't think it's great, but it's interesting. Next up, we have The Best of Beethoven. Why would I even rank this? What the hell? Why are there Beethoven covers? And Beethoven didn't have what the fuck? Why would you include Beethoven covers? Can I just make a new tier for Beethoven? Add row below. Beethoven. Wait, no, get Beethoven. There's Beethoven. Okay, Metallica Master of Puppets. This is an easy A tier. If it's not an S, I'm gonna put this in the highest A tier. This cover is fantastic. One of the greatest metal covers of all time, without a doubt. One of the greatest album covers of all time. I'm not gonna put it in A for me because it lacks a central iconic element, which is what I always like in an album cover. But it is great. The painting is great. The way the text is laid out is great. The way the hands are laid out is great. I love this album cover. The colors are great. The logo looks better than it ever does on any other Metallica album. It's a great looking cover, in my opinion. This, on the other hand, is an F. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with this shit, but Jesus Christ. This is bad. This is bad. I would probably put this probably here. This is fucking awful. I don't know what they were going for with that. Portrait of an American Family. I really like the picture, but the text and the parental advisory sticker fucking ruin it. So this goes in the C for me, because again, I like the picture. It's just ruined by the extra elements, but I think the picture is, you know, better than any other Marilyn Manson cover, that's for sure. Okay, then we have whatever the hell this is. I kind of like this, okay? I kind of think this is all right. I would, you know, the crayon cover, it's interesting. I'd probably put this in C. Maybe like pretty low in C, because I've never really seen it before and I have no connection to it. I'll probably put it there. Okay, what the hell is this? And why does it look so pretty? This looks pretty. What is this? I wish I could see this. Can I zoom in more on this? This is pretty. That's pretty. I like that. Is that like a dead bird? Yeah, it's like a dead bird or something. Oh, this is Current 93. Interesting. It's like pretty, and then there's like a gross dead bird on it. That's interesting. I kind of like this. The photo quality's not amazing. I'd probably put this in a low B though. Actually, I've never seen this before, but I kind of vibe with this. Probably right there. I vibe with that actually. It's kind of cool. Okay. Dog's Blood Rising, another Current 93. I like the starkness of it. I like the hard black with the red with the like the gothic font, and then the black and white picture in the middle. Pretty good. This is Current 93, right? I actually quite like this. Maybe even more than that one. Probably put them right next to each other, to be honest. Maybe this one goes right above this for me. Yeah, good cover. Okay, this is boring. I don't know what this is. Does anybody know what this is? It's boring. I don't like it. Boring. Put it above Passion Pit. Okay, this Maroon 5 cover. You know, it's okay. It's okay. It's a pretty high budget looking cover in my opinion. It doesn't look too stock. Like a lot of covers that go for something like this tend to look really stock or corporate. I think this is okay. It has a good high budget appearance, but I'm not a big fan. I would put it in a pretty high C. Probably right there, you know? Not bad. The Killers hits. This sucks. I would put this in the D tier. Probably below Plans, but above Gojira. Abbey Road is an S tier. That's gonna get my highest spot. I mean, basic, obviously, but this is a perfect album cover. There is absolutely not a single thing wrong with it. No nitpicks. Beautiful photo, beautiful colors, interesting like symbolism too that you can read into, even though it wasn't necessarily intentional. It just like, it's iconic for a really good reason, and I feel like everything just fell into place with this cover. Even though really when you get into it, it's honestly a really lazy album cover. They wanted to do something way more ambitious, and then they're like, hey, we'll just go outside. But it fucking worked. I mean, this is the best album cover on the list so far, in my opinion. I think this is amazing. Okay, this looks horrendous. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know. Okay, Dirty Computer. Is that what this album's called? Janelle Monáe, Dirty Computer. Am I right? Holy shit, man. That is stunning. That is stunning. That is stunning. I'm considering an S tier. I have no personal connection to this cover, and I haven't even listened to this album, which does hurt it, just because of that, which is kind of unfair, but this is amazing. The photo looks beautiful. The lighting is amazing. The color is amazing. I'm going to put it there. I haven't listened to Lana Del Rey either, but I gave that S. But I really believe that. I put this right here. That is beautiful, though. That is fucking beautiful. Okay. Okay. Jesus is King, F tier. That's second lowest. Not as bad as Ice Dancer. But I have not heard any Janelle Monáe. No, I'll get on it. Don't worry. I have a lot of shit to listen to in my life, you know? Give me time. Anyway, fucking... Yeah, Kanye didn't even fucking try. On this entire album, he didn't even try. I can't believe people even gave this a pass, to be honest. This album was pathetic. This was the most pathetic fucking thing. This shit was pathetic. But this album cover... unbelievably bad. It's amazing to think, like, Kanye's at the point where he can just release shit whenever he wants. Is he even under a label anymore? I think he is. Or does he own his own label? Or how does this shit work? I don't know, but the point is, like, back in the day, every Kanye album felt like an actual production that, like, a lot of people had a hand in, and now it just feels like he just throws shit out there, and I just don't vibe with that. But this album was, like, the worst example, and this cover art... this is miserable. This is like a stock photo of vinyl record, and then he filled it in with blue, and it didn't even fill in a really satisfying way. This is hideous. It's just... all right. Blue Train by John Coltrane. That rhymes. I'd put this in the C tier. Most Coltrane covers I'd probably put in the C. Like, you know, they were 50s covers. There wasn't a lot of intrigue going on, but they're, you know, good pictures, good color scheme. I would probably put it about right here. It's a good looking cover, but for me, like, these 50s album covers, they just don't really say much to me. And I feel like his music could have been suited with more interesting artwork. Just personally, I feel that way. Unknown Pleasures is S tier. No doubt about it. I'm going to put it below Lana Del Rey, though, just to piss you off. No, but yeah, that's an S tier cover. I mean, as far as a minimalist cover goes, this is iconic to an unspeakable level, but it also just is a profoundly impactful image for what it is. Like, there's something about it that just speaks to you emotionally, and it's so hard to really pin down exactly what it is, but it is beautiful. And I would put it in S tier for sure. Judas Priest, British Steel, you know, not too bad. Just a little bit cocky to me. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's Judas Priest, but it's not a bad cover. I would probably put it here. Next, we have Kate Bush, The Kick Inside. Beautiful ass album cover. Beautiful ass album cover, honestly. Lacking a very strong iconic element. I think Kate on her kite is a little too small, in my opinion. I wish that was bigger. That was more of the focus, but the colors are fantastic in this. I would probably put it the cultural appropriation feels a bit weird. Just the only thing, but I love the colors. I mean, honestly, yeah, it just looks great. Really well put together. I would put it here. Okay, damn. Yeah, I can't with this album cover. I like the cover on the back of the CD where he looks like, it looks like the money store. Wait, let me show you. Have you ever seen this? Doesn't this look like the money store? Wait, am I showing it? Doesn't this fucking look like the money store? I like that. Look at that. I like that. That's funny. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I would put this in the D tier. I think this cover looks like shit, to be honest. Oh, and God, you want to see the parental advisory version? That is awful. I get it. It's going for like a cheap mixtape kind of look and feel. But I don't think it works. It's not terrible. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's pretty bad. This is an S tier. That's like kind of unquestionable. I would probably put it there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful cover. It's weird. It's interesting. It has intrigue. It has power. It has a surrealism to it. The full cover, if I can show you, honestly doesn't look as good when you fold it all the way out. I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen this, but look at this. That's the full cover art. How many of you have any of you not seen this before? Not as good. Not as good. But this, oh, sorry. But that shit rips. That rips. I like the Lark Stunts cover. All right, next up is whatever the hell this is. I don't know, but the painting looks cool. I'd probably put it in the C tier. It's not really intriguing me in any particular way, but you know, looks fine. Joanne by Lady Gaga. It's okay. It's okay. Good colors, but a little boring. I'd probably put this above Marina and the Diamonds. Yeah, probably right there. It's okay. It's an okay cover. Why am I gassing up the Lana cover? Because I think this cover art's I think this cover art's amazing. I think it's amazing. I think this cover art's amazing. I don't care what I don't care. Don't give a fuck. I think y'all are lying to yourselves because you just don't like Lana. Don't care. I don't like Lana either. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that shit is not impeccably made, because it is. This is one of the best album covers of all time, in my opinion. Whatever. Okay, Led Zeppelin 2. This cover is fucking bad. I can't put it in F only because I'm so used to it. Like, I've gotten so used to this cover that I can't hate it as much as I should, because this is honestly horrendous. I'll put it in F, but I'll make it the highest F. I feel like it deserves F. Like, this is fucking bad, but I love this album too much. It makes it hard for me to see it as anything worse than this. Led Zeppelin 1 cover, on the other hand, is very good. I would probably put it in the A tier, actually. Probably like there. But that's a great ass cover. Just super iconic, and it just like kind of has a controversial element to it, you know, a little edgy. I put it over Pink. Yeah. Okay. Another BTS cover. Not vibing with it. It's boring. It looks too Spotify. I would probably put this in the D tier. No, probably in the C. Like there. Yeah. Okay, Marilyn Manson Hollywood. Edgy as fuck. It kind of looks like ass. Like, it really doesn't look very good. Has not aged well at all. I would put this in the D. I'm not going to put it in the F, but yeah. I would probably put it like here. Yeah. I kind of like what he was going for here, but Madonna. Oh, look at this. This is the album cover. Yeah, I was going to mention the Mad Villainy thing. I heard about that. It inspired the Mad Villainy cover. That's so interesting. I quite like this, actually. It's pretty good. I probably put it in a really high C. I don't think I would give it any higher than that. Yeah, but yeah, it's cool. Another Madonna cover. This one I do not like nearly as much. This one I would put in a much lower C. I still wouldn't put it in D or anything. Probably like here. Here. This needs to go up a little bit. Okay. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Marilyn Manson covers are so shitty. What's my opinion on Young and Arrogant by Machine Girls cover art? I do not think I've seen that cover art before. This is horrendous. I'm going to put this in probably right there. Marina and the Diamonds, The Family Jewels. You know, I like the font on here, but the photo I don't like. I like the font. I would put this in C, but I'm not vibing with this too much. Honestly. Okay, another Marina and the Diamonds. This is just boring and generic. Maroon 5, Overexposed. This looks bad. I'm gonna put this in the D. I'll probably put it pretty high in the D. Probably all the way up in the D. This looks like the original NFTs right here. Not vibing with it. Okay, then we have Maroon 5, which looks boring. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna put it in I'm gonna put it right there. Right there. Yeah. Okay, With the Meet the Beatles. Yeah, Meet the Beatles. Yeah, the With the Beatles one does look better. I think the coloring them didn't look as good. I'd put this in C. You know, it's okay. Probably put it above that just because of the rappers' faces look too funky. Okay. Rust in Peace. I mean, you know, it's a good painting. The colors are great. I should be willing to say like this is a great cover, but I just don't vibe with the metal aesthetics and stuff. Yeah, I would put it in C. I don't hate this one, you know. Honestly, it's probably one of the better C's, but I'll put it all the way up in C, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's fitting. I almost like it. Yeah, it is. Rubber Soul is S tier. Why does it have a white border around it? But Rubber Soul, I love the Rubber Soul cover. I think it looks fantastic. I love everything about it. It looks so good. It looks druggy. The green and the orange look amazing. It looks 60s as fuck in like the best possible way. This is one of my favorite album covers for sure. I adore this album cover. I think it is lovely. I would put it just beneath College Dropout, I think. Pulse Demon. I would put this in the C. It does kind of get me buzzed looking at it, and I kind of do like that. Interesting. Then we have whatever the fuck this is. I don't know. I'll put it in D. I don't even know what to make of this shit. I guess maybe like here. I guess. Okay, congratulations. This is a good cover. I'd probably put this in probably in the low B. Maybe like right there. Yeah. Okay, Bitches Brew. I would put this in the B tier. The full cover might get A, but just the front, put it in the B. But it's a really good looking cover. It just looks a little too aged. It's the only thing. Where should I put it? Probably right beneath the Kick Inside. Let me show you this as well. Where is Miles Davis? Here's the full cover if you've never seen it. Looks really cool. Look at that. Look at that. That shit is sick. But I think that just the front here, not as good, in my opinion. So good. Okay. Then we have this. That's okay. Minimalist and it's okay. Wherever the other minimalist cover is, I'd put this right next to that. Yeah, right there. Okay, another one of these stupid Xenakis out. Who is Xenakis? Like, who is this? Does anybody know what this artist is? Never heard of this artist before. Maybe they're good. This is gonna get... It's better than the other ones. I would probably put it in the D, though. Maybe kind of high. It's not that bad. Okay, Nas Illmatic. Great-ass album cover. Fucking great. The text looks great. The photo looks great. The colors look great. Iconic as fuck. Great-ass cover. This is going in the A tier for me. I'd probably put it above Graduation right there for me. Great cover. You hate the text? I think the text looks great. I think the text looks great. Okay. Norman fucking Rockwell. I would put this in the B tier. Honestly, one of my lesser favorite Lana covers. It's the one that kind of breaks from the tradition the most, but in doing so, it looks a little bit muted. You know, I like the painting look of it. I think the appearance of it is great, but the colors just look muted. And I love how all of her cover arts always have like such intense, vivid, photographic colors. And this is just lacking that for me, but it's still a really nice cover art. I'd probably put it like probably there for me. Better than Born to Die? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay, Fingerprint. The Pink Print is what it's called. It's okay. I'd probably put it in C. It's okay. Nirvana Nevermind is an S tier cover. It just, aside from being iconic, great colors, great composition, love the fonts. I'd probably put this here. Love the fonts. No, fuck that. What am I talking about? This is up here. Yeah. This is such a good ass cover. Oh my god, the baby chasing the money that says so much, but it's also funny and it's just great. It's just great. I don't care. Like, sick of seeing it. Don't matter. The Gojira cover looks god awful. What do you mean? Look at this. This looks terrible. What are you talking about? This looks like somebody went on fucking Fiverr and bought a epic deep cover art. Sorry. I just don't like it. You love how deep the pool looks? Yeah, I know. It's so good. It's so well done. No Doubt Tragic Kingdom. Yeah, honestly, I'd put this in D. There's like things to like about it, but the overall composition is cheesy. I'd probably put it high, but Animals is S tier. This is my highest S tier so far. The Animals cover is incredible. Incredible. Just an incredibly striking image, immediately iconic, amazing lighting. It's like dark but visible. The colors are browned and grimy, but in a really like oddly appealing way. And the little pig is such a nice little detail. Like, it's there, but it's not like it looks like it's really there. I don't know if it is. Honestly, it's astonishing. It's astonishing album art. Maybe my favorite album cover of all time, but that is a difficult thing to say for sure. But it's going to be hard to top. Dark Side of the Moon, another S, easily. However, I don't like it as much as Animals. I probably like Abbey Road more. I'd probably put it here. Dark Side of the Moon is one of those things we've all seen it too much, and I think that hurts it, but I don't think any of us can deny like just how striking and well designed of an image and icon this is. Like, it's designed to be iconic and it completely succeeds. It is an astonishing album art that just happens to be so overly saturated in culture that it can be kind of hard to recognize, but really that is an amazing album cover. I would put it right there. Then we have Ummagumma, which I hate. I think this album cover looks fucking terrible. I like what they were going for, so I'll put it in D. But the lighting of this picture is so fucking bad. Like, it looks so... What the hell happened to the lighting in the house? How come you can barely fucking see Gilmore's face? Why didn't they light the picture? It looks terrible. It looks terrible. I do not like this cover art. But I think the infinitely repeating thing is kind of cool. I still would put this really low, honestly. I think this cover art is bad. I think it is bad. Just above, just below Plans, I think. Okay, Surfer Rosa. This is an S tier, in my opinion. Hopefully I don't get... You know what? I'm gonna play it safe. I probably shouldn't. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. No, actually, that would be stupid. I'm just not gonna touch it. Twitch. I didn't say anything, but Surfer Rosa is an S tier. You know what? I'm taking a risk. Surfer Rosa, I'm putting it up there. S tier. We're actually just gonna zoom out. That'll make things better. Okay, Surfer Rosa is S tier for me. I think that the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking A. Okay, right there. But seriously, great ass fucking picture. I think the composition is fantastic. The photo is fantastic. The font is fantastic. I really like this cover. I think it's great. Maybe below. Yeah, probably there. Okay. Fear of a Black Planet. You know, this cover just has not aged well. This cover just hasn't aged well. I'll zoom back in. I'll zoom in a little bit. No, don't full screen. Don't full screen. Stop it. Shit. I just closed the fucking window. Damn it. Give me a second. It's okay. Tier lists saves. Tier lists save. Hold on, I'm gonna find it in my history. Yeah, Takes a Nation is a good cover, yeah. Alright, we back. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay. So, back at it. Okay. Fear of a Black Planet, yeah, it just doesn't look very good. I'd put it in the D. Probably about there. Okay. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. This cover is the one that was obviously intended. It makes the most sense. It says the most about the point of the album. It is a great album cover. I prefer personally the censored one with the ballerina. Even though it has less meaning, I think it's just a better cover. And I honestly even preferred the censored version of this. I think the censored version of this kind of looks better, to be completely honest. However, I would put this in a B. I think there's a lot of great things about this cover. This particular version isn't my favorite, but I love the red border. I love the tiny little image. I love the gold. Looks great as hell. I'd probably put this here. Okay, The Strokes, Room on Fire. I would put this in the B tier. I'd put this in the B tier, actually. It's not the kind of cover I would normally like. I just think the colors look good. I just think it looks good. Like, the composition's just solid on this. It just looks good. Lacking iconography, lacking anything super memorable, but it's a good looking cover, in my opinion. So, I don't know what this is. What is this? Oh, Prurient again? Okay. I mean, I don't know. I put it in C. Probably like, yeah. This needs to go a little bit higher. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This Prurient cover I actually quite like. I put this in the B. I think this is good. I like this one. Let's see. Probably right there. The powers that B isn't an S tier, it isn't going to be an S tier, so you know. All right, Ramones, great album cover, very striking, really iconic, really sets the stage for like, ooh, this is like a new band to watch out for. This font is really ahead of its time, to be honest. Like the whole thing with their heads being in front of the font, that's just ahead of its time. Great looking cover. I'd probably put this in either the B or the A even. I'm gonna put it in the B. Really high though, probably right there. Okay, Red Light, F tier. That's gonna go just right above Jesus is King. I hate this. I've always hated this album art. What the hell is even fucking happening in this album cover? It's so indistinguishable. You can't like make it out at all. And then like the more you look at it, the worse it gets. The stupid like text that's like kind of transparent over it. Awful. 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 Okay, Old Dirty Bastard cover. This is great. I would put this in the B, personally. I think this is a great cover. I love his face. It's funny looking. It's just great. Probably like right there, honestly. Maybe right there. Yeah. Okay, Santana. This is, the colors are boring me. I'm gonna put this in D. I usually don't like paintings quite like this, like to this level of detail on album covers. I just don't personally think that tends to work. I'll put it up there, I guess. Maybe here, because it's not bad. Antichrist Superstar. This one just hasn't aged well. I would put it in D. Probably right here. Yeah. Okay, never mind the bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. I think this is a good cover. I think this is good. I would probably put it in the B. I like the colors. I think it pops. The fonts looked very fun. Very British. Probably put it like here. Okay, what the hell is this? I don't know, but I don't like it. I'm gonna put it in the D. Maybe like here? No. No. No, I don't like this. That goes there. Why is this so low? It should be more like, yeah. Some of my rankings have been weird. Okay, is this a Door by Smashing Pumpkins? Is this like an alternate... Isn't this an alternate cover for a Door by Smashing Pumpkins? That's good. It's a good cover. I'd probably put it low in the B. I like it. Maybe like right there. Yeah. I like that. Okay, what is this? I don't know, but it looks ugly. I don't like that. What the hell is going on? No, sorry. Probably put it like here. Maybe here? No. It's not under Gojira. Maybe here. And I'm gonna move Plans over Mazzy Star. Right there. Okay. Alright. The Strokes Angles. Honestly, this is a good cover. This is a good cover. Honest to God. Good cover. I'd probably put it in the B. I'm not saying the album's good or whatever. I've never listened to it. I'm just saying, pretty cool cover. I like the little optical illusion thing got going on. Not bad. Sunbather. This, honestly, I really like. Honestly, honest to God, it's so weird because it's like a style that in most cases would look generic and lame. I don't know what it is about this cover to me that just makes this work, but I think this looks beautiful. I think they did such a good job on this image. The fade of the colors just works so well. The type font looks good on top of it. I don't know. I could see people hating this cover in a way because it has that kind of generic, like, yeah, like the pamphlet for a spa. Exactly. I don't know what it is, though. It just looks so good. I would put this in A. I would put this in A, honestly. I really like this cover art. We'll put it, fuck it. We'll put it here. Don't care. I like it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I love the color pink, right? Like, the color pink is just, like, it's just good. This cover's cool. This was one of those Sun covers. I mean, it looks nice. Like, it's not really iconic or really not that much to see, but it, you know, I'd probably put it low B there. I think it has, like, good colors, and it looks kind of interesting. Okay, this I can't really make out very well. I don't particularly like what I'm seeing. I'm going to put it in the D. God, I don't know. There, whatever. This is okay. This is okay. I'd probably put this in C. I like the lighting on it and stuff. It's, you know, it looks good enough, just not necessarily very interesting. Maybe I'd put this, like, right below Narrow Stairs. Okay. Speaking in Tongues, this cover is, you know, it has, like, cool art style. Got a little bit of that cultural appropriation going on a little bit. But no, Talking Heads covers in general, not very good. The chair's all falling over. I mean, you know, it's okay. I'd probably put it in the C. I like it. I like the colors. It looks okay, but not really, you know, it's okay. I'd probably put it probably here. Okay, Taylor Swift 1999. Good cover. Good cover. I'd put this in the B. I like the photograph look. I like the Sharpie look. I think this looks good on a store shelf. It's been pretty influential. I feel like a lot of people have styled their covers like after this to one degree or another. This is a very strong album art. I'd probably put it here. It's good. The Butcher cover. Okay, so this one's just mostly just funny. This one's mostly just funny. But, you know, it's not really a good cover, but I also like that it's edgy and weird. I'd put it in the C tier. Probably, honestly, I'm going to put it literally right below where I put Speaking in Tongues. Then we have The Clash, London Calling. I am kind of considering S tier for London Calling. I'm going to give it an S tier. This cover art is fucking great. I'll put it in the lowest spot in the S, but this cover art is so good. It's literally just an Elvis Presley parody, and it's still amazing. Still fucking amazing. In fact, I'm going to move this up. Honestly, I'm going to move this up to right there, honestly. I think that cover art is just so good. And it's way better than the Elvis one. The Elvis cover, yeah, the Elvis cover's good too. Can't deny that. This one's better, though. I love it. I love it. The guitar smashing, just amazing. Great ass cover. Next up is Ready to Die, which I will give an A tier. I would probably put it right below Yeezus, I think. But I really like the Ready to Die cover. I think it's really good. Just the hard white, the text looks really nice, and the picture of him as a baby, or I think it's probably meant to be him as a baby, just a baby, but it looks great. Really like it. Yeah, the Enemy of the State cover is fantastic. Great ass album art, very iconic. Okay, Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers. Fuck this all the way. And I just want to say the fact that this fucking cover, it's not him. Well, I know it's like, there's no way the baby's actually him because the picture's too good, but isn't it kind of supposed to be him? Like, isn't that kind of the point? Because, like, you know, in the beginning of the album, he's, like, born. I could be wrong. Anyway, look, Andy Warhol, like, it's an Andy Warhol cover, and that's cool and everything, but the fact that an album with this cover art opens with a fucking racist-ass song almost tarnishes it even worse. Like, I just can't deal with this. The masculinity of this, I fucking hate. It represents everything I don't like about the Rolling Stones. I'm gonna put this in the F tier. I'm sorry. I do not like this album cover. I don't like it. I'm putting it beneath Certified Lover Boy. Don't care. The Velvet Underground Nico is an S tier, yeah. The Velvet Underground Nico is an S tier. This is really high up there too. I would probably put this right beneath Dark Side of the Moon for me. I think this cover is fantastic. I just, it's so simple. It's just a banana, and it's like you can peel it on certain versions, but I don't care. The yellow, the red, the yellow, the white, the black. Fucking Andy Warhol. Even the fonts they use on this are great, but take the font off, the Andy Warhol signature. Let's look at it without any of that stuff. I mean, come on, dude. Come on. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. Certainly their best cover. There's no doubt about that. But goddamn, what a good album cover. S tier album cover. S tier album. S tier album. Okay. Who's next? This cover is great, but I don't like when I found out that what they did was piss on this and then walk away. See, I didn't know that for the longest time, that they pissed on it and then walked away. Like, that's what this is a picture of. And that drops it a little bit, but I still think this cover is really good, actually. I think the photo's great. And the fact that they pissed on it's kind of funny. I would put this in A tier. Even with the piss. You know what? Fuck it. Even with the piss, I put this in A tier. I'd probably put it a little low because of the piss. Maybe like right here. Vampire Weekend, I'm moving down to B, by the way. I'm probably going to put it here. I think A was a bit high for that one. Okay, Lady Gaga, The Game. It's C tier. The picture just looks a little bit corny, and the font looks a little, it looks a little too zoomed in. It doesn't really, not really lit all too well. It's all right. I would probably put it beneath the Beatles' Baby Butchering, because the Baby Butchering is just too funny. The Killer's Day and Age. Wow, that looks fucking awful. What the hell? It's like tile art, but it looks like shit. What the fuck? That looks so bad. Good colors. I'll put it in D. The tile art shit there looks really weird, though. That's weird. I like the colors, and like when I look at it more, it starts to look a little better. I'll probably put it high, but the tiling looks weird on that. Hot Fuss, however, is a great cover art. I would probably put this in the B. Little dull maybe, but the colors are great. I love how you can only just barely see the tops of the buildings with like the red signs. Kind of neat. Yeah, I'd probably put that here. I like that cover. Then we have Death Grips the Powers That Be. I would put this in the C tier. It's all right. Honestly, one of the better Death Grips covers, because most of their cover arts are god-awful. They used to be great, and then they just stopped trying. And this was definitely around the time they stopped trying. But I still think it looks good. I'd actually put it fairly high here. Probably like right here, probably. I think it's, you know. Okay, this is a metal album cover. I'm putting it in F. I don't care. I don't like it. The Dream Chapter, Magic. This looks like shit. I'm putting this in F2. This looks like shit. What the fuck? This looks like shit. I'll put it here. No. I'll put it here. I'll put it in D. I'm being unfair. It's better than the Butter album cover. It's better than this. Okay, Vampire Weekend, Father of the Bride. Now this is an F tier. I cannot believe this was their comeback album. Like, their album covers were so striking before, and then this, like, what the fuck? Like, this is awful. It's like clip art. It looks terrible. I would probably put it here. Okay, Merzbow Venerology. Probably put it in the C. The text font just looks kind of cheap. The picture's great. It might be better if it kind of just had the picture, or if it just didn't have Merzbow. If it just had Venerology, I think I'd really like it. So I'll probably put it like here. No. Probably put it here. Okay. All right. Switched on box. Shout out to Windy Carlos. Windy fucking Carlos. This cover's okay. It would be a lot better without all the text. There's just too much text on it. I would probably put it in C. Yeah, probably, you know, good picture. It's funny picture, and I like a lot about it, but the text is too much, I think. So I'd probably put it here. Okay, White Zombie. This is cheesy. I'm gonna put it in the D tier, but it's could be worse. Okay, yay. I actually like this cover. I'll put it in the A tier. Or sorry, not the A tier, the B tier. I actually like this album cover. I think you know, the photo is beautiful and just the little text scribbled on it. People said it was lazy, but I don't know. I kind of thought it looked interesting. One of the better album covers that he's had in recent years, in my opinion. You know, not amazing, but no, I like this. I like this cover. I think it's good. Yeah, probably right there. Okay. Oh, Young Thug. This album cover is fantastic. I would put this in A. This is a great album cover. I've been wanting to listen to this record too. I've heard it's good, right? Anyway, great album cover. I love this album cover. I wouldn't put it in S. I'd put it in A, but I put it pretty high. Probably there. No, I can't put it over Heroes. I can't put Graduation over Heroes either. Let me restructure this a little bit. Yeah, that's probably more like what I really think. But yeah, I love that cover. That's great. That Jeffrey cover is really, really good. Really good. Okay. What the fuck is this? F tier. I love how low I put Born in the USA, just because of it makes me think of America. I don't like it. Okay, Unknown Memory, Young Lean. I'm gonna put it in the C. It's okay. It's okay. And then this is also Young Lean, isn't it? This one's a lot better though. Honestly, this cover is honestly this cover's almost good. I think I'm still not all the way there with it, but I would put it pretty high over here. I think it, you know, yeah, that cover's not bad. Okay, album art tier list. Look at this. Look what we got. Let's take a look. I'm gonna save this. Oh, they need to generate my preview image? No, I'll save it later then. But check this out. So here's our S tier. I'm pretty satisfied with this, you know? I feel this. Isn't it? What do you think? This list is bizarre? You think so? You don't vibe with my takes? I don't know, like, I feel this, honestly. These are my my album art tier list. It's missing a lot of like some of my favorite album covers. And certainly like, yeah, it's missing some of my favorite album covers. Like, it ain't got no fucking Cat's Millionaire album art. It ain't got no Violet Pony. Okay, and that shit's my shit. Okay. It just looks like an album tier list. Not really. I mean, you know from my picks, this would not be like the S tiers. Yeah, a lot of these are just 10 out of 10 albums, but it just so happens that a lot of amazing albums are coupled with amazing cover art. But then I put Led Zeppelin 2 in F, and I give that album a 10 too. So not always. Not always. There's so many D's. Yeah, there were a lot of bad album covers on here, I felt like. Not a lot of amazing ones, but a handful. But yeah, this is my opinion. That's my opinion. Okay. Well, just in case I end up making a video of this, let me say this. So that was my album art tier list. If you're watching on YouTube, remember that fuck. Messed that up sometimes. So that was my album art tier list. Remember that if you're watching on YouTube, everything you just saw was streamed live to my Twitch show, The Music Breakdown Live. You can find that on my Twitch channel every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, linked in the description. Thank you for watching. Okay. You don't get Born to Die as an S? What is with you people? That cover is so good. I just closed the window. Damn it. What do you mean? That cover is so good. Why are you all like, why is everybody like, I can't see that? What are you talking about? I don't understand this. I can't believe there isn't a single person who agrees with me of how fucking good that cover is. What's so great about it? The coloring, the composition, the text looks amazing. The photo quality is like impeccable. Her facial expression just reads so interestingly. Like it's ambiguous. It's beautiful. It's a BMO. Shut the fuck up. No. Nope. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I stand by it. I stand by it. It looks so goddamn good. It looks so goddamn good. In my opinion. But anyway. Look, y'all, I'm gonna be real. I have errands to run and fucking I have errands to run and like I'm tired and like on top of that, like yeah, like look, I can't stay around and do more shit. Like we've been doing a lot of filler episodes. I acknowledge that. I'm sorry. As soon as I get my Bluetooth in, we'll start doing album reactions and we'll keep it interesting, okay? But yeah. I think I'm just gonna have to head out. That was 2 hours though. It's pretty good, right? It was a fun album art tier list, I thought. Do a Pooh Shiesty tier list? Will do. Okay, y'all. I'm heading out. Thank you for watching. Maybe I'll be back with some gaming streams in the week. I'm sure there's going to be tier list videos uploaded to the channel this week, at least one. All I really got is tier lists to edit and make videos of, unfortunately. I kind of wish I had more content, but at the moment, just can't, you know? So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, but the show is very much alive. I appreciate you. I will see you next week.